no male slander will be tolerated in 2025. Man them, we've got up our game. We are like the butt of people's jokes right now. And I'm going to be reacting to some videos that are breaking it down where we're fumbling the bag in the bedroom and in life. And I'm going to tell you guys how to get out of this rut if any of these videos apply to you. So guys, let's have some fun. First video of 2025. Let's go! Look, this stuff is common, very common. Premature ejaculation is common and it's even rising as people get older, but this generation, it tends to be worse for. So if this is you, you start with your lady and you know, you're watching EastEnders or whatever show and you haven't got to the first ad break by the time you finish, it's time to step your game up. And like, look, a few things you can do for premature ejaculation is one, focus on positioning. So like some people who have issues with premature letting things go can be due to the amount of pressure that they're putting on themselves or the pressure that they're feeling in certain positions. In certain positions that you do your thing in, you're more likely to have more free reign and sensitivity is likely to be reduced. So couple positions quickly for you guys to increase your time in the field, even if it's 20%, even if it's 30%. The first is, let's call it the cross. I'll put some illustrations on the screen so you know what I'm talking about. Two, let's call it the spoon. You're behind, you're spooning. It's less intense. If you think about where's the most intense on you, it's more likely like the shaft, like the bottom part. If you can minimize the friction with that part, you can increase your time in the field. Also, lying down doggy, you know, if any of my family members is watching this video, I don't know any of these things. I am just a researcher providing knowledge to you guys. So those are three things you can start with now. It's like experimenting with positioning. And like once you start seeing some positive reactions with your partner to these positions, then you might start to relax more, because another reason why some of you guys are not letting the glass fill is your anxiety and it is your stress. Like the mind is crazy in terms of what it does to the body. And sometimes you gotta hack the mind by changing your body. And that could be reducing your stress levels, reducing your anxiety. Because if these kind of things happen to you often, the chances of it happening again is high. And how you change that is by putting a break, by shocking the system. That could be deep breathing. It could even be fantasizing. So like, as opposed to you being in that situation that's causing you anxiety, you're fantasizing about a previous time where everything was peachy. And with that, two things just there, you might be able to increase your time in the field and not be this guy. If you like that one so far, two quick tips for you, drop a like down below. All right, so this picture, why did you hit him and quit him? Women edition. So like sometimes you met someone, you get, you know, things go to the finish line and you just get ghosted. So this is going over like some of the reasons why people get ghosted. So let's see. This girl's like, he was moaning more than me. Bruh. Yeah. I don't know. There's this video I've seen before, yeah, where this guy's on a yacht. And all of these guys on the yacht are basically spraying champagne. They're so gassed.
We was lit. And then he was not having it.
You gotta act like you fucking been here before.
Ew. Act like you've been here before. There's a life lesson in that, man. There. When you're getting overexcited and you're just happy and jolly to be there, act like you've been there before. This is not new for you. This is normal. This is just another day in the hood. It's better to under-promise and over-deliver than it is to over-promise and under-deliver. If you under-promise and you do well, it's like, raw, like he did so much surprising stuff. Whereas when you set the bar high, you only should set the bar so high if you are on smoke. If not, better calm yourself down. Master control. Spend time understanding her body. What works with X might not work for Y. Spend time in that foreplay zone. And then you won't have any of these problems. Don't get hit and quit. Trust me, it's about longevity. If you want to build something with someone, you don't want just to go on those dates, do all of this, and then you're getting locked off ASAP. But it's not the way forward. On average, it takes women like 23 minutes to get to a point of climax. So that's 23 minutes of consistent stimulation to get to a point where they have that release, or something that build up is being released. So if you're not making it to 23 minutes, for some people it's 14 on average, but if you're not making it to these figures, you're not helping to give your partner that outcome that makes the experience memorable, should I say. Do what you can to be more involved in that process. It doesn't always mean penetration. It could mean other things. It could mean, let's not get demonetized, but use your brain here. Use your brain here. When it's a movie, there's different scenes in the movie, right? There's different props in the movie. There's different things that make a movie so powerful. Smelled like basement, but always bragged on all these colognes I never smelled. I don't like it. When you're really trying to get to extreme levels of pleasure, you have 5 senses to deal with. You have sight. You make sure everything around you is looking the right way, prim and proper. You have smell. Make sure your smell is A1. Your pillow should be smelling nice. You can put like oils on your pillows. You can put like diffusers in the room, candles. You're creating an environment that's for safety. Also, there's touch. You should know about touch already. Erogenous zones, different parts of the body that lead to the outcomes that you desire. You should know about sound. Some of you guys are quiet like a mute. Not over moaning. You should never be moaning more than your partner. But you guys are just quiet. You're just, you know what I'm saying? It's a silent movie. And no one likes a silent movie. People like to feel like you're enjoying it. People like people that are expressive. So there we go with sound. But essentially, use everything you have to have your partner's senses stimulated, and you'll get to the outcome that you want. You know what I mean? Don't be smelling, bro. Cut your fingernails. leave non-cut fingernails in 2024. If you're liking this so far, make sure you drop a like. Obviously, we'll keep experimenting. This is episode 4 on Do-Rag Diaries. And there's a lot of things about men that I see online that we need to talk about, and we need ways to overcome them.
Pow! Boom, boom, boom! I tried to tell you. You gonna learn to listen to me, babe. Shit, let me grab your water. Hey, mommy, you okay, buddy? Daddy had to put in some work. You feel me? Kaboom, boom, boom! Who she think she messing with? Cancel all your plans. She might be knocked out by now.
For this video, guys, I've got a few different thoughts. Firstly, I like the teaching of a guy called Kenneth Play. So Kenneth Play was one of the international speakers that we had on the Men Up in the Game conference. He's a sexpert, a sex educator. And he sees intercourse as like being a cyborg. He's half man, half machine. Because there's certain things when it comes to these machines that you cannot compete with. And if you can't beat them, join them. Bring in these machines. Like, if you guys want a guide on toys and different things that you want to add to your life, comment down below. Bring me and I'll create something for you, because this is good information. We can't be seeing these things as like an enemy of us. You can be starting to bring them in and utilize it with your partner. So don't see the fact that she is doing her thing by herself as like a dent on your ego, because that experience is with you. You are facilitating that experience, which is cool. And don't gas yourself up too much with certain scenarios. At this point, you should be trying to understand like how to improve. Is there anything that you did wrong? It's like, post-game analysis. If you finish and she didn't finish, there's a reason for that. And you might want to get back into the game, and you might want to just come back season 2, match 2, and come back and kill it. But don't feel like these machines are competing with you. Bring them in, and you add your value to these machines. You see, like scenarios like that, yeah, it's triggering for some people. But one thing that men don't know is that there's ways to get an erection anytime you want it. Anytime. It's called an instant erection. And it's all about controlling your sexual energy and focusing that energy and adding stimulation. So stimulation could be physical stimulation, it could be visual stimulation from what you see to enable you to get an erection. And it's not something I can speak about on YouTube. If you want that, go over to manupgame.com and like join a wait list, get the course, or get all the guides and resources, and that will teach you. But essentially, you don't have to be victim to this. This is like ED, like erectile dysfunction. You don't have to be victim to that. There's ways for you to always get one. Do you know what I'm saying? And that will help you in any scenario that you're in. So there's really no reason why you should be that guy who is unable to get to a point of penetration. Like, I get asked sometimes, like, when you're in a situation where things have gone wrong, what do you do? And there's two choices. There's one, which is what a lot of guys, they'll blame the girl. Oh yeah, you know, you said this or you did this. Or there's the other guys who will take accountability. But what I recommend is not making yourself small, is being honest about the situation, but maintaining your confidence. So you can be like, look, this happened. I'm gonna work with you or work to kind of overcome it. But in the meantime, I'm gonna use my fingers. I'm gonna use this toy, whatever. You don't want to make yourself seem a victim, because like in sexual dynamics, sometimes there's polarity. And if you're assuming a role that's not on the polar side, which is like the masculine or the confident one, you might have issues down the line. Some people love that. Some women love to be the person that helps you fix yourself. But others can damage your ego even more. And that's why you have to be mindful of how you carry yourself in a situation.
These are nice guy behaviors that you might be exhibiting, but what they're really saying to women is this: you're a liar. Do you even know who you are? Where's your integrity? You don't know how to protect yourself. So therefore, how are you going to protect me and this relationship? You're giving me the power to control you with my emotions? I don't want that power. What, are you not man enough to stand up to me? You're just gonna pout around like a little boy hoping I'll notice? Just another thing on my to-do list. Awesome. So I have to carry all the emotions and the emotional intelligence in this relationship? I feel alone. If you want some help with this, comment, evolve.
This one, that's deep. And like, a lot of people are carrying insecurities into relationships that's coming out through these ways. One of the ones that stand out to me is like lack of boundaries. Boundaries is something that you should be always looking to set in all areas of your life, with your partner or in the world, because if you don't enforce your boundaries, you're basically making yourself smaller. And what is that? That's being submissive. You're making yourself less of who you are because you're avoiding conflict. One thing I've always found by establishing your boundaries with every single person that you meet who oversteps your boundaries is that they respect you more for letting them know that that's not something you put up with. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to be disrespectful. You can be respectfully and polite and letting someone know, look, that's not something that really flies with me. And that in itself adds to your attraction. But this is like, there's some really, really key stuff in it that I'm definitely implore people to look into. Let's dive into another one. Like, in relationships, communication is key. So you should be able to communicate to your partner if something is wrong with you. You don't just shut down and like be passive. Like, that's what kids do. You're not a kid, like, you're a grown-ass man. So I definitely implore you not to be passive aggressive. It's a similar thing with setting up boundaries. If you express yourself, you're more likely to get the outcomes you want. And if you're in a relationship, you should aim to be happy in your relationship, and it shouldn't be a point of stress, or it shouldn't be a point of more friction for your life. But look guys, those are the reaction videos for today. 2025, we're getting some things in order, and like, we need to stop being the butt of people's jokes on social media. And one of the ways we do that is some of the key things we mentioned during this video. Each of these things, we have videos on already, so I'm gonna link some of them in the description. But guys, man, let's up our game. We can't be the ones who are fumbling the bag anymore. Hopefully you're enjoying this video, as again, more laid back. This is Do-Rag Diaries, and then, yeah man, let's keep it up, man. Let's keep making history. Peace.